Do 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 do. Beady 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 do. Beady 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 do. Greetings and welcome back to Big Bacon's Collection. I'm your host, Big Bacon. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends Ant-Man and the Wasp, not Quantumania, the original Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ghost. This figure was part of a two-pack with, was it Luis? Yeah, I believe it was a two-pack with Luis. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So, as mentioned in the intro, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Ghost. I did pick this up loose from a local toy shop in downtown Dayton. Mike's Vintage. If you're ever in the area, stop by, see them. They got a great selection. So, we're going to start with the accessories. And honestly, because I bought this loose, these are the only accessories I know about. I don't know if there were additional hands. I don't think there were any kind of power effects because this is one of those characters that's really hard to transition their power into plastic form. I don't know, maybe a swappable like arm or leg that's partially see-through. I don't know. But of course, Hasbro's not going to do all that. So, we have an unmasked head. Now, sculpt-wise, it's a nice looking head. Eyes are painted in there pretty good. I mean, you can see it's an early style of the digital face print. You could see the dotting in the eyebrows. Probably even in the eyes if you look closely enough. The hair has that same lovely multi-tone color that you see in the movie. A little awkward looking this way, but and then the hair looks like it's tucked down because as you can see the character has a hood, but the figure comes with a down hood that the head sits on. And because of how it sits, obviously the hair would still be down either inside the hood or the back of the jacket, vest, armor, whatever it might be. So yeah, that's the effect you get. And we will take a look at that before she goes up. Looking at the figure, we've got that mechanical looking mask, and the way that paint is in those eyelets, it almost makes it look like they're a glowing color. Just the way they're catching the light. You can see what looks like the edges of the plating in there. It looks good. The hood is textured. Also has a little bit of accenting points on it. Armored chest and lower torso. Forgive me, I'm about to have a sneeze attack. Sorry about that. So, yeah, a lot of texturing inside these open spaces. And it is the same texture running throughout the entire body. Anywhere that you see actual material, it's got that sort of, I wouldn't even call it a crosshatch pattern. It's I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but obviously you can see what I'm talking about. It's more prevalent what I'm trying to describe here. Where it almost looks like it's weaving up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, but in a line. Some areas it just looks like a bunch of dashes. Well, even here you can see the weave up and down in some spots. Huh. So the only other real paint app we have besides this light gray and the darker gray are these pops of blue. Now, we've got those same sculpts back here, but no paint on them. And that's a shame. So, articulation-wise, with the hood on, you get no up and down. You do get some rotation, but you're distorting the shape of this hood when you do it. So you're fighting it. It's limiting you. No real tilt either. Arms will hinge up to 90. No butterfly jointing. Will rotate all the way around. Single jointed elbow comes up to above 90. Rotation at that elbow. And you see just how thin these arms are. So I imagine the pegs for this and the wrist are going to be insanely small. So be careful. Hand rotates, horizontal hinging on the left, horizontal on the right as well. She's got a torso cut. Allows for that much back, that much forward. Got some tilt to it and rotation. Legs will kick out only that far. So about 90 degrees on the one-legged kick. When you go to kick the leg forward, it automatically just starts kicking out. And that's because of the way they shaped this crotch piece. Thigh cuff rotation. Double jointed pinned legs. Well beyond 90. But can't quite naturally kick her. I mean, you could push it, but who wants to risk breaking anything? So, no boot cut. Foot will hinge back that far. Forward that far. Front facing pin for rocker. Now, mine was in storage for a little while. And because of that, this leg over here, the peg seems to be the pegs are wonky. They're like loose. And the legs itself looks like they're bowed inward. And that's a real shame. So switching out the head here. So the head inside the hood is attached to the hood. But we can slip this cover over. Pop this head onto the ball joint. Which is a little bit more than just a simple pop on. And then we're left with the unmasked head. As I said, the hair naturally would fall down and be non-visible because of all this. In the front, it does hang out. The likeness is okay. I don't think it's quite the actress. Certain angles, it's close, and that's common with a lot of face sculpts. You look at her a certain way, and it's, oh, there she is, but then you turn her another way, and nope, she's gone. So this was the second Antman. And those figures I'm going to display with the helmets on, so she's going to keep her masthead. So we're just going to pop those back off. Pop this one back on. Ooh, nice good pop there. And then we've got to figure out how to get the legs evened up so she'll stand. Okay, because of the inward bowing, twist the feet out a little bit more. Finding that center balance point is really fun with this one. And I don't think it's because of the design of the figure. I think it's because of my poor storage habits. One thing I would like to point out, if you look at the knees here, you notice that they're not fully articulated forward, because when they are, it leaves the legs looking cocked forward. And nobody stands with their legs out forward like that. It feels unnatural. My God, most of this video may just be me getting her to stand. So there we have it. What do you say we take a moment, get her on the shelf? And there we are. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell. And it's time for Big Bacon's final thoughts. Big Bacon's final thoughts. You know, this is... It's a simple figure. But to be fair, there wasn't a whole lot about the character really developed during that movie. As I said during the review, it's kind of hard to recreate the power set of this figure without a whole lot of extra tooling and extra parts. So I wasn't really expecting all that. On the whole, I'd have to say this one is pretty mid. Not a great figure, but not a terrible one either. So, until next time. Big Bacon. Yum.